Hello, peoples. Maybe now you can actually hear me. Hello, Kick. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely night. Happy Sunday to ya. Hello, Buns. Hello, Temarir. I saw a few other people in here earlier. Will poke their nose into chat. Sounds sweaty. I was supposed to shake that. Spiders hung a leaf dangling just outside my window. I keep thinking there's a hummingbird out there when there is one out there, and I'm just not noticing it. I'm noticing the leaf and thinking there's one there. Hello, Capitano. Batteries are starting to go and it's getting slower. Thanks for joining in, everyone. Happy to have you here. Cheers. And make some donuts here, chat. Actually, we're going to be spending quite a bit of time waiting on these donuts to proof tonight. So there's going to be a bit of chat time. Thank you for that follow, Colin, over on Kick. I am well. Hello, Cosmic. Welcome in. Let's see here. We want to go to that website. That's not what I want to do. Silly website. Silly website. That's not what I want anyways. Okay. Sorry for that pause there, chat. Over on the stove. Zoom right. Warm it up a little, half and half. But just enough to get it welcoming to our yeasties. Going to guess that was enough just to get us up to 110 or so. Let me use my wrong button. There we go. 96. We're they're going to be okay with that. Especially since we're going to add some sugar. Lots of yeasties. Yep, beans will thicken. They're basically starch. A good portion of them. Some precise sugar measurements here. So precise that I'll add a little bit more. You can barely see straight, but at least you get the rest in your own home, right? Uh-oh. Hello, Nan Reader. Wake up, yeast. Wake up, yeast. Italian for broth. Welcome, Luxa. We're waiting on our yeasties to wake up and get a bit excited. Make sure they're good and going before we add in everything else here. Actually, I should probably use some pastry flour for this mix tonight. Let's throw some pastry flour into the mix tonight. Wiggle, wiggle, bubble. We're getting there. We're definitely having some bubble generation. Thank you, toys. And the title is Sliders. I think the Sliders is probably the easiest one to pull off. I'm going to attempt to stuff a donut with the Monte Cristo ingredients. So we'll see. Try it 2 different ways here. Why am I trying to put this in the refrigerator? A little bit of vanilla. A Monte Cristo on its basic form is a ham, turkey, and Swiss sandwich that in most places in the US is done with a very soft white bread and then as a whole is battered and fried. So it's like crispy and then served with either with jelly on it or with it. At least that's the way I've seen it served most times. And so I'm essentially just getting rid of that soft white bread in the equation and going with donuts. But we'll see. Well, we'll see how it works out here. Hey, Clipper. I just don't like the way you look. Not you, chat. That nutmeg. Well, I hope you're at least feeling better. And if not, you're on the way there. Little nutmeg in there with our yeast, eggs, and vanilla. Half and half. Sugar. Chad, at this point, I think basically if you can put the word fish in there, you should be trying to figure out what type of fish is in the scramble. I don't know how many different fish there are in the scramble. That is one step further than I should have kept the whisk in there for. So that was 1 cup of pastry flour. Now we're going to do 1 cup of AP flour. And this should maybe be dry enough to knead for a bit. If not, we can easily add more flour. We're going to use about twice as much flour in this. Oh yes, let's add some salt while it's still easily mixable. What is Buns clipping now? As if I abuse chat. Welcome back, Mel. Going back to pastry flour and going to add in another cup of flour here. I didn't do it. I don't know if the sirens came through there or not. I haven't been following hockey. How's hockey been this year? It's probably just getting going here first. Oh, I forgot my chat was full of people from Ohio. I'll tell you this much, you're more exciting than Nebraska. Not at all. No secret. Like I said, Buns, the other stream, I think you were here for when I said it. My last trip to the Midwest, which was this summer, like every truck I saw, even trucks like half my age, the age of mine, were completely rusted. And like, yeah, no. I went and stopped the music, didn't I? Oh, dad joke. Oh, dad joke. This isn't enriched dough. This has got all sorts of fat in it. I mean, I didn't even use water for this. This is pure half and half. I mean, granted, there's no butter in this one. Although I'm now wondering if maybe there should have been. Yeah, there should have been. Oops. Everything's okay, chat. Everything will be fine. Don't worry, Chad, I got it. We're good. You can. It's going to take you a lot longer, and you're going to have to knead your dough a lot more than you probably want to. I'm not going to, even though I could. Because I'm relatively happy with where this is. And I don't want to knead it that much more. Although looking at that, it does need a little bit more. Now we get to hang out for this to proof. This is one way I can cheat that. A little bit. As the dough rises, should change the name of the title. Should change the title of stream. I'm gonna do a bit of cleanup here next, and then I'm gonna portion out my ham and turkey as much as I can ahead of time. Mostly killing time for this to do its proofing. Did you enter the scramble funds? Or are you just offering it to chat? Welcome in, Crimson. The charcoal one? I ate it. It's gone. Well, at least you now don't have the flu anymore. Do antibiotics have an effect? Well, maybe specific. Like, I think of them as just killing things. Saving what half and half I have left for maybe glazing. I don't have half and half for my coffee in the morning. So we're going to leave this up here, but I'm going to use this space. We're going to divvy up our ham and turkey, and I bought too much turkey. It was on sale for a silly cheap price. Which actually the sticker doesn't even reflect. The sticker says it was $15 and it was $5. It's a wiggle song. How is this not open yet? Fine, be that way, cheese package. Just cut you open. Why should I visit those? I don't. Neither one of those sounds like, ooh, I need to see these things. These are both sounding sort of like maybe things that should be seen from a distance. Sliders, I am going to quarter these, but do 2 of them per slider. So do like a top and a bottom. And I'm thinking I'll do maybe 6 sliders. And then the scrap I'll try and work into making stuffed Monte Cristo donuts. Which are almost what I'm more excited for, but the harder to, like, probably actually been done by a couple of donut shops. Let's see, this is probably going to be too much. I can't quite get that on the screen there. That's one with the donut. No one had free donuts around you. Ooh. From what I understand, both Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kremes do that, and like, I think Krispy Kreme has a deal on getting a whole bunch of glazed donuts if you buy a dozen or something like that. Chad, I need someone to find me a pair of headphones, or earbuds that don't have controls, that aren't going to turn off every time I try and push it back in my ear. Because apparently none of them can be turned off in Windows. So like I'm stuck with these controls. Maybe I don't have that much extra turkey. I guess I gotta do halvesies on a couple of these. Like all of them. So there's our slider stuffing. By the way, Chad, I haven't revealed, but I am planning on putting some jam involved with this, but I happen to have cherry butter. So I thought maybe I'd use cherry butter instead of typically raspberry, strawberry preserves. So we got that out for later. Now I have to figure out how I'm going to do this up for the ones that I'm going to try and stuff. I'm sort of thinking I actually almost want to dice it up. Nah, I think that's going to be a mistake. I think I'm going to be able to maybe... Yeah, maybe we should do something like this. We should sort of create them like I was before. I'm going to do a bit of extra cheese. So that'll be a fill-in for one donut. Not a fan of that one dad joke. Not a fan of that one. And this one's just for snack time. While we wait for our dough to poof. Consider it. I'll consider it. But I would say, yeah, I don't know if I would do great with that, but I don't know that I've been to a number of different brands out there to tell the differences, especially in their donuts. Like, I'd have a better chance of telling the different types of coffee, and in both donuts and coffee cases, there's so many localized companies. Or just like in your state coffees, or just in your state regional brands. It's parsnip season. At least I think of this as parsnip season. Even though parsnips are probably, they're a hardy veggie and they're root veggies. So they probably hold up and are available most of the year. They're probably best. Well, then again, a lot of root veggies are actually better in winter because they store more sugars and more... Maybe this is the best time for parsnip. I'll wait for some actual farmer to correct me on that one. But as far as foods that it goes with, like, this is like parsnip season. Outside of the season, it's sort of like steakhouse. Because the first thing I think of, well, I use parsnip in all sorts of stews and stocks, and I would use it in soups, and maybe I should use it in Tuesday's soup. But the first thing that comes to my mind when someone says a dish with parsnip is mashed parsnips, which is, steakhouse classic. Steakhouse is apparently like the puree everything in the vegetable world. And so, but it is a pain to make. If you've ever made mashed parsnip before, or tried to make it before, it's a little like mashing carrots, or like there's a lot of fiber going on there. There's a lot of strands that you have to deal with. Really? I don't know that I've had bad mashed parsnips. Oh, actually, I might have made some bad mashed parsnips. Nice, Cosmic. Yeah, I should make some pierogi. We should add some pierogi to the calendar. I'm adding pierogi to the calendar, chat. Tuesday, November 21st is now officially Taco Pierogi Night. I'm looking at your link here, Buns. The major thing with pierogi, I think, is just the time to fill them all. Hey, Undamaged Pizza. Alright, let's quick do this. Thank you, pizza. We're making donuts tonight. It's National Donut Day, even though it's the second National Donut Day of the year. And I'm making donut sliders and stuffed donuts. They're both going to be Monte Cristo donuts. So Monte Cristo donut sliders, and then I'm going to try and stuff them. Got the ham and turkey and Swiss all set out over here. That's what it's over here. If you can see my hand, the middle over here. So those are all set up, ready to go, ready for them. I've got some cherry butter for my jam. And we're waiting on our dough to do its thing. It's sitting here in a buttered bowl. And it's increased in size. It certainly hasn't doubled yet. How far into this are we? Maybe we should throw this over on the stove. And get some oil warming up to help influence it. Over on the stove. And if you didn't know, that was the Kick profile screen. Stream management screen. There we go. Put a medium-low flame underneath the oil so it slowly comes up the temp. Okay, where do I start on this list? Like, some of these are like, yeah, and some of them are like, where do you get them from? Like, if you get a cronut and you don't get it from Ansel, is it worth the time still? And yeah, some of these are going to be so heavily... Well, let's start off with this. I am not a fan of plain powdered sugar donuts. And we can we'll give those a D. Just as a, well, they really should be on the same. These are not chocolate coated. They're like wax coated that looks like chocolate. They're without question the lowest form of donut that is acceptable in this world, which almost makes me want to give them a D, but no, just no. Now this looks sort of sad for a cronut, so I'm not going to say that that's the all-star cronut. We're going to give that an A. Well, now you're just trying to be controversial, Buns. And this is how I'm sort of torn. Like, I know there's people that love crullers. I think crullers are decent, but they're not amazing. I'm assuming that's a normal glazed donut. That's what I'm taking that as. I'm gonna put cake donuts under yeast donuts. They're just not... Like, you give me a great apple cider... I don't care if it's baked or yeast. I don't care if it's cakey or yeast. In the right scenario, that's a triple S. That's an S. I don't know why there's an S. There's a triple S here. Let's get rid of triple S. But outside of that scenario, from a donut shop, cake donuts, I'm gonna put these things right there. They're basically the same thing, but more complicated and more expensive. Same thing with this. There's nothing special about donut holes. They're just trying to save time on labor. I almost want to... you know what? We're doing this. That's the only exception to powdered sugar, chat. Am I going too quick for you, chat? That might be... yeah. Look at that donut. That donut just doesn't like... that does not look like a satisfying donut. Like, I know it's the, like, Homer Simpson style pink with sprinkles thing. That doesn't make it any better, chat. That's the same thing. It's just bigger with someone chopping fingers into it. Well, I'm not done here, Cosmic, so don't quite leave just yet. I'm gonna leave that there. Like, because there's no S's here. I have not come up with an S tier here yet. I'm sort of tempted to I'm somewhat tempted, but these have to go with it. And I'm mildly tempted to put that down there. Just because, in fact, I am. You get one of these once in a blue moon that's amazing, and then it's a solid A. But the vast majority of times that I have ever had a cruller, and I don't know if it's at the time it's an age thing or what it is, but they're just like soft and soggy versions of a donut. Like, I get it, they're an eggy batter. They're not the same as they're typically an egg based thing. and they're like batter dispensed. Yeah, those are a D. There, that's my list, chat. I'm staying with that one. That's my... I got rid of the list in Discord, so I'm not going to save it. What do you mean, buns? I love donuts, I just want them stuffed with something. Now the real question is, can I get... Well, I probably can, if that much. Don't know if that's true about the cuisine. Not sure if that's true, dad joke. Hello, Ozzy. Thank you for that resub, kind sir. 2 years. 2 years.
I'm supposed to be working. You saw nothing, chef, your one heart.
Ozzy getting that diamond donut. And so, Ozzy, I need your input on the monthly project. What should I be aging in my little barrel? It's actually a pretty big barrel when you think about it being cocktails. Like, that's a good 3-4 bottles there. We get the choice of Vicar, Martinez, Negroni, Manhattan, or Gin Martini. But anyone else contributing to the stream, you get to have your input in what I'm going to be drinking out of that thing in the next who knows how long. But I'm hoping to do more than one out of that. I'm hoping to do 2 or 3 different ones. It's going to be the strongest for the first, obviously. And I'm going to have to... I don't know how I'm going to go about it. Like, you do want to, and I'm going to have to give it a hot soak before I go with my first cocktail in order to make sure that the wood has swollen and is not going to leak out a bunch of booze. The big distilleries, they don't worry about that. They just fill them up and then leave them in places where they can drain out, and then they just refill them into new barrels if it leaks out. They just wait for the booze to soak up the wood, or the wood to soak up the booze. But unfortunately, I don't know if I really want to play the game of pouring booze in there and letting it sit in a container until it completely seals if it needs to, and the evaporation losses that you would have doing that. Like, distilleries seem to treat their white lightning like it's essentially free or cheap, or water. Like, they almost treat water like it's more expensive. They use their white lightning to sanitize everything. And then they do things like that, like, they fill their barrels with it, and they just let their barrels sit in places where they have proper dripping for them. Which isn't really, like, if I think about, Woodford, they have, like, I'm sure they all have this to certain degrees, but they have, like, train tracks going all around the place for just rolling barrels from one house to the other. And so they're obviously losing it in that process, too. The volume is just astonishing. Like, I just must not realize the full volume of it, despite having visited a bunch of them. We'll get one then, Buns. Water's great for you. Oh. Well. I don't really have much in the way of alcohol here for drinking either. I mean, I got some gin. That's about it. Yep, Ozzy got the diamond donut. Already drank the large half of that glass. Ozzy, I need your input. Manhattan or martini? I'm reading your message down below. Martini? There we go. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get Cat's vote for this one. You got our dough proofing back here still. Needs a bit more wiggle. Needs a little more wiggle time. Just add in as much butter as I can in other ways, since I didn't put it in the initial dough. You know, we get the pan coated. Now that the surface of that is solid enough, I'm rubbing some butter over the top of it. And I'm going to fold the last of this in there. towel just does not want to stay over here for me tonight. See what we got going on. We got anyone hanging out with us tonight on Kick or on YouTube? Been trying to think how I can rewrite the scramble to work, chat. Like, I want to keep the scramble and I want to keep it popping up on screen. But the problem is my bot is also not designed for multi-streaming. And so it's spamming YouTube with ! scramble whenever the timer goes off. But it's not putting the rest of the scramble game in YouTube chat. And so my YouTube chat is just scramble, 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 scramble. Oh, bot, come on. Work with me. There we go. So I saved my donut tier listing. What else should I do tier lists for, chat? Like, there isn't a whole lot of them out there that are like, yeah, I gotta do that one, or that one, I actually know everything to do that one. Nice, Cosmic. Yeah, pets are both major types of pets. Well, all pets, to a large degree, are good at sensing emotions in people's... Like, they don't listen to what we say, they watch what we do and how we act. That's pretty much across the board. Happy Sunday, chat. While the yeast rises. I'm sure you've said it before, but what kind of doggy you got? What kind of puppy you got? Everyone's streaming tonight. Pomeranian Chihuahua mix. Wow. Have your neighbors complained about the noise yet? Sorry, I just gotta make that joke with Chihuahuas. I think of Pomeranians as maybe not quite as loud, but certainly up there. I'm pretty sure I got dogs all around me here. I know that I got a dog with one of my neighbors that every once in a while will be a little bit noisy, but generally the dog, you know. But every once in a while, I think it's, I worry, I think it's probably blind. I think on a couple occasions it's got itself caught outside in a situation where it didn't know what to do and it just sat there and barked. In two of those cases that I can think of, it sat out there in like basically the same place and barked until it started going hoarse with its voice, like it couldn't bark anymore. Yeah, I live with a zoo surrounding me. I've got one neighbor that's got quite practically a petting zoo. Like, they've got goats, they've got birds that are in large outdoor cages, they've got, I don't know if they still do, but they used to have chickens. I've got other neighbors with chickens. I've got the one neighbor that I mentioned with the dog that's nice. I got another neighbor with a dog that barks all the time, but thankfully it's in a situation where I really don't sort of hear it. Like, my other close neighbors have complained about it to me, and I'm like, I haven't noticed. It's sort of weird how I get sort of different noise. I sort of feel like I must be like in a pit compared to some of my neighbors, in that I hear some noises that some of my neighbors complain about, and other ones I don't hear at all. Oh, that's good, Cosmic. Well, depends on what they left for you to discover. Like, I imagine if I ever got a place on my own, I'd probably immediately, like, I wouldn't buy one, but I would see if there was somewhere I could rent a metal detector, and, you know, maybe even see if it's possible to do, I don't know what the cost of this is. I'm saying this without having any clue, but ground penetrating radar, I know things like that are getting cheaper. Just to see what I owned. And if they have a lot of animals, I'd be like, do I really want to dig around? I mean, I want to find all the hidden treasure right off the bat, you know? None of this, you know, pull out a cement foundation or pull out a tree stump and find, hidden treasure. No, I want to find that right off. Silky chickens are interesting. I have no idea how good or bad they are as pets and or for eggs or for meat. You certainly see lots of photos of them up on like Instagrams and stuff like that, and the like fancy animal photos. I don't get really as many of those as I used to. Well, we've now reached our first hour of proofing. And I think we need to wait a little bit longer on this. This needs a little more proof time. Poof time. I think we're going to try and give it about 30 more minutes here. So. Oh, I guess you can see some things that I have in my cabinet over there. Sort of. You can see my brandy and my Baileys. Baileys I should probably get rid of at this point. I've had that around probably too long now. Bun's showing off her soup. No audio on it here. I have the audio off on my Discord. It totally escaped me. I didn't realize it until like 1 in the morning. I went back and looked at that. I was like, oh, I put the knife in the spider's hand. Buns with bread, roasted tater night off stream. Ozzy with his barbecue skills. And cheesecake. I need to clean my stream deck. I got my stream deck all messy, chat. 90% alcohol. It's generally my first go-to when it comes to electronics. The 70% stuff doesn't work. Like, it can leave residue. Like, it's not good for, especially if you're dealing with like circuit boards or something like that. You really want to have pure alcohol. At the same time, alcohol, like, it's hard to clean electronics, but at the same time, you can also take the approach of just not caring. Like this thing here, like I've sprayed this down in this sink. Oops, I tapped the mic. Sorry about that, chat. Sorry about that microphone. I don't recommend that you do that to your keyboard. Let's put that out there too. That's not a good plan. But the alternative was leave, I think it was coffee in it. With my sugar and cream coffee in there. And actually it broke the I forget if it was the print screen or the insert button. Maybe it was the numlock. One of those buttons that I like basically never use. Which, it's working again now, but like it didn't work for like 6 months. I didn't do anything to fix it. Like I said, it was one of the buttons I don't use. We can do pet pics. All the kitties. There we go. There we got some doggy pics. I'm rethinking how I want to go about this. I'm not going to use this butter like this. I feel like this hasn't doubled, chat. I don't feel like it's proofed enough either. Like, I feel like this needs more time. And then we're going to have to wait for them to poof a second time once we roll them out, by the way, chat. Just putting that out there. By the way, I forget who it was. Someone recommended, I was asking for suggestions on what I should watch after watching what I have been watching. And someone had recommended now I've forgotten the name of the show. The prequel or sequel or to Breaking Bad. Can't remember the show now. I was like, I couldn't get into that one because I watched like a couple episodes of it and it just didn't hook me whatsoever. And I know that the like first season wasn't the greatest, but I just couldn't, like, Better Call Saul. Thank you. I just couldn't get myself into it that first season. I don't know, maybe I should skip the first season. But it's very obvious that Google has heard this. Or at least YouTube has heard that. I mean, it makes sense that YouTube has heard this since we're streaming on YouTube. But I'm now getting Better Call Saul clips in my YouTube feed. So is that chat's consensus? I have to watch Better Call Saul? Buns. I don't know. I thought about doing V for Vendetta tonight. Because remember, the 5th of November. Need the Guy Fawkes mask for that. Well, the problem with movie night, and I'm not really in love with, is it's just blatant DMCA or blatant plagiarism. I love the idea of doing movie night, but doing it on Discord, and they're gonna seal that one up here pretty quick. Like, they're already moving things, they're changing things with their network. Just recently, they announced that they're putting a number of things in-house to help combat people trying to share malicious files. I would suspect we'll probably see that happening maybe in the not too distant future for at least public discords, which, by the way, mine is a public discord. There's private discords where they'll probably get away with that sort of thing considerably longer. I mean, it's not really public. Like, I can knock you out of a majority of it if you cause a problem. But the basic stuff, like go live notices, yeah, that's public. And saying that, and actually, I forgot where I was going with that conversation, other than in Discord, it's going to probably get cut off here sometime in the future. At least if you're running a public Discord server. I think that's probably going to be the legal cutting point where, you know, they start sending bots to check things, or Discord themselves checks, or I wish that both YouTube and Amazon had better options for that. Like, Amazon has the, like, you can watch things on Prime, do like watch parties. I forget what their term for it is. A watch party? But regardless, it's a horrible system for doing a watch party, because there's no real, you can't really communicate. You can't, like, pause the streamer can't pause the movie easily to sit there and chat about what's going on in the scene or anything like that. It's just not very well done. And I probably would do more. I would probably use that service if it meant, like, I could do those things. Like, pause to react to something, or pause to chat about something, or they just don't, like, it's basically, here's chat, and here's a little window of what the streamer's doing. You know, it's... But YouTube could easily set something up like that, too. Again, they're probably a little more worried about what people are going to be streaming on it through YouTube. But has everyone else noticed? The other thing that I've noticed in my YouTube feed here recently is they're pumping all sorts of movies to me now. Like, before, I never used to have, like, the recommendations of, like, movies to rent or actual movies with ads. And it's not like something, like, I don't know when the last time I watched a movie on YouTube was. Probably back when I had YouTube TV, when YouTube TV didn't cost like $70. It's probably even more now. Well, the little footnote that I'm saying there Cosmic is... I used to watch TV through YouTube back in the day. Like, I used to use YouTube as my TV service back when it was worthwhile to have as a TV service. I've talked about this before. Like, I bought in when I think it was 25, 30 bucks a month. And they added several layers of fees, and then they added like 20, 25 bucks to the price to add Discovery and all the Discovery channels to it, which I don't care about any of those. It was like, here, we're going to force this $20, increase in what you're paying so you can get a bunch of channels that you don't want to watch. But yeah, I don't think I've ever really... Well, I take that back too. I've never watched like a production movie. I've watched documentaries that are probably that long on YouTube. I've watched some... Like, there's MIT and some of the other top colleges have lectures on things. Like, I've watched several of those from different subjects, and those have been maybe movie length too. But like feature movies, no, I have. All the stuff that was ever intended to be in a movie theater, whether it made it to a movie theater or not, no, that's not what. Yeah. I feel like it's bigger, but it's not big enough. Do you think it's big enough, chat? Be honest, chat. Is it big enough? I need to pick out a ring for this, chat. Hi there. Get nice up and close here. Close up without the view. We need to go a little bit smaller than we want our sliders to be. I'm sort of thinking like this is about the size I want them to be. And I'm maybe going with one smaller than that. One shorter than that seems like quite a step down. You think that's a slider size, chat? Chat not gefilting that one. That's a rather dark joke, dad joke. Now fill our first one here. Actually, I'm sort of debating. Maybe we could do it. I made my choice. So adding my cherry butter to the inside of our stuffed donut. Staying well away from the sides that I'm going to be pinching closed here. And take the messier of our two. Let that poof up by itself. Do the same thing again here. This one's going to have a bit more dough to work with though. Use up the last of this here. By the way, this is not the normal way that you stuff a donut. I realize this. I'm in case if someone's like, why don't you just fry the donut and slice it and stuff it? Maybe that was the answer. I should have just pinched this side to make it a little bit more like the other side. There's our stuffed donuts. And then these are our donut sliders. I'm gonna let these hang out and do a little more poofing. Let's see if we can quick roll this up into, I don't know, something else. Let's do this on the cutting board too. Scramble. Oof. Trying to think what the heck that could be. All I'm gonna get out of this is one more. Like that. And then we'll do one weird donut with the scrap on the outside of it as one donut. You can spell gluten in it. There's no P there, though. I don't know what you're going to spell with those letters. Which do you think are going to turn out better, chat? Let's be honest, it's going to be this one of these two. But of the stuffed donuts or the donut sliders, which do you think is going to be the winner here, chat? I'm also making a top and a bottom donut for the sliders, but I wasn't sure if I should or if I should just take one and slice it in half. Hey, Scout Life. Welcome back. Welcome. We got probably another 10 minutes allowing these to do a little second proof, separate from our initial. And they're going to poof up a little bit more when we fry them. Oh, is that two words that I combined together? Yep, I must have combined two words there. Let's see if I can't find that here real quick. Since we're waiting on our dough to proof. Little midstream. Thank you for the follow. That is now fixed. Welcome, Wayne. I'm making sliders and I'm making stuffed donuts. Stuffed and like stuffed before fried rather than typically you fry a donut and then you stuff it. But we got the fillings for Monte Cristos, which are a sandwich. Typically a fried, typically the way I've seen it in like bars or restaurants is a Monte Cristo is a ham, turkey, and Swiss sandwich. And with a light white bread, soft, really light bread. And then it'll be pinned up or pinned together or toothpicked together and dipped as a whole in pancake batter and then fried and then served with jelly or jam on the side. And so that's what we're doing today. I am making sliders. I've already got my meat portioned out and cheese since we were waiting on things to proof. We got our sliders all ready to go with our Swiss turkey and ham. And so top and bottom buns, or maybe I'll slice them in half if they poof up too much. And then these already have the ham, cheese, and turkey in them. And they also have the cherry butter that I'm using. So these already have the jam. These ones are, I'm either going to add the jam to them when I put them together or serve it with them. I think that's about peak for the flame that I've got right now. But you're coming in at sort of like the perfect time here, Wayne. We got a couple of minutes and I'm going to chill here for these to give a little more proof in time before I throw them in the oil. But we've been hanging out here for a bit, waiting on that yeast. That yeast's been taking its time today. My messy donut's got horns, chat. For anyone just coming in, this is a donut that I made up of the scrap leftover dough. Pizzelles. I've never made pizzelles, I don't think. I've made all sorts of, I've made thin cookies that are like pizzelles. I'm forgetting the term for the ones that I have made. But... And I've made the cookies that are essentially just sugar and nuts. Pizzelles are those lace-like cookies. You typically find them in Italian markets, but they're not necessarily Italian. They're sort of a cross between a cookie and maybe a pancake. They're in the ballpark of either. Save the last sip just for that, Buns. You might see them sold that way, like with a filling, but typically no, they're typically just, well, a pizzelle is just that wafer. Let's call it a wafer. Wafer's good term for that. But they're thin enough that they're like a lace. They're typically in a lace pattern. Like they're using some sort of press or some sort of mold. Yeah, like a waffle iron. They're probably cooked in something similar to a waffle iron, just with like a lace cookie pattern, or waffle. There you go, waffle, like a waffle cone waffle maker. Well, it's sweet. And it's certainly got more sugar to it, Buns. Do want to move these occasionally, make sure that they're not sticking. I think we'll be okay with our board and with this dough, but it is recommended that you have them on a silpat or parchment at this point. There's all sorts of cookies. There's cookies that are super simple to make. There's one recipe that I was thinking of when I was thinking of lace cookies that was quite literally just sugar and ground nuts. And the idea is it melts, it caramelizes, and when you cool it, you can peel it off as a cookie. Thank you for that resub, Zeke. We got year anniversaries all over the place tonight. Zeke's with a year. Thank you for that resub. And I have to ask you, what's your choice for the barrel-aged cocktail? And welcome in, Zeeks. Happy to see you. Happy second National Donut Day of the year. The Manhattan is your choice? That's the one with bourbon here. Thank you, thank you. Close battle. No one going for the oddities. I call them the oddities because they're not the as popular ones in general knowledge, but tight fight. I was debating whether I was going to put a old fashioned on this list. Should I have included old-fashioned too? It's obviously not happening now, but you know, something to. What does chat feel? Should. Let's see, we going 350 or 400 with this? Recipe's copping out and doing 375. They're not picking, chat. They should have picked 400 or 350. I ditched the old-fashioned mostly on the thoughts that it's basically already there. I mean... Nice one, dad joke. Nice one. It has been ages since I've seen, like, one of the kids in my elementary school had a waterbed. I think it's been since then since I've seen one in person. Gotta be getting close here, chat. Gotta be getting close here. See, that's almost there. What that's really telling me is I need to turn that pan 180 degrees. I'm gonna give it 90 degrees. Three A's. Scramble just... Yeah. Like, every once in a while, Scramble's a little harsh. Tonight, wow, it's out for blood tonight. Alright, we're basically there, chat. We're going to try our first try. Zoom right. We're going in with the messy one first. There's our first one. Our messy one with the horns. This is going to be our second messy one because this is the big one of the... This is considerably thicker than the rest of these. So I'm doing this one separate. Then we'll do the other ones all together. We'll do batches of 4 on the others. But this will give me a minute or two in the oil some time to stir and equalize in temp. Going back and checking the seams on the stuffed ones here. Maybe a touch long on that side. Previous streams is in the way. There we go, floated into view. It's the frying oil 500. Round and round in circles it goes. And sort of opened up on the other side. Puffed up quite a bit. Let's double check our temp here on our oil. Okay, we're doing good. Doing good, not losing too much heat. So now we're going in with 4 of these for the sliders. Stove is just not that loud tonight. What's going on here? Yeah, that's right. Huh. It is a rather gentle sizzle, though. Night of Corpses, welcome in. You have to type exclamation scramble to join in on the scramble. For each round. I sort of hacked the bot. It's not quite. Slider donut. I switch between canola or veggie oil or whatever's. When it comes to frying oil, I'm not very choosy. I mean, there's certain times that you want something specific, like duck fat fries are amazing. But I tend to go pretty cheap on my oil. And additionally, this is oil that I have used several times before. This has got some flavor to it already. I have a nice strainer set that I use, and I make sure and nicely strain it every time. But duck fat donuts sound pretty good too, yeah. But they're especially great for fries. Oops. Not trying to fling oil all over the place, not trying to start oil. Yep, those are looking nice and golden. We'll go with those. Alright, stuffed donut time. We'll start off with the messier one. And I'm going to use... Well, actually, I'm going to put it in by hand. Now we're getting some sizzle. Must have been some jam in the seam. That got a little spicy there. I was reaching for the light to turn the flame off. Oh, we're splitting open. We're splitting open, chat. Splitting open. This one's splitting open and I haven't even put it in the oil. I'm going for it, chat. So chat knows the flame is off. I very obviously spilled over the edge here. This is not a safe frying situation. I would not want to do this. Like, I'm even a little bit with the pilot, but there isn't a pilot on these. They're electric fire. I'd be really afraid of this situation if I was on a commercial stove. I would be wanting a much larger, much bigger frying pan. Just using that residual heat to cook that and fry that through. Broke open, chat. Alright, we're going to put a lid on this oil so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Back of the stove so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And I think it's time to make our sliders. The question is, do we slice our sliders, or do we use them as tops and bottoms? I'm thinking I'm keeping these whole. I'm going to try and keep them whole. So cherry butter. There's no way that these are standing up, by the way, though, chat. I'm just already assuming they're going to be laying over. Let's just work with these. Chad, I need French fries. I was going to do 6 of them, but keeping them whole, I'm only going to do 4 of them. Did I stop the music again, chat? Did I stop the music? Photo time. Nope, that's not what I wanted, phone. There we go. There we go, there's photos. Alright, now we got that done. That's our plate for photo land. Now we get the fun photo to work with here. Now let's see what we get when we cut into one of these big boys. One of the stuffed ones. Not going to be any cheese pull because the Swiss is going to be too rough, but let's get a look at this. Getting up close. See what this is like. Cheers, chap. cherry butter is the way to go with that. Cherry butter was the way to go with this. Like, they need to switch this from being raspberry to cherry. So that is just delicious. I don't have any water left. Here, I'll drink some semi-warm water. Who wants sliders, chat? All right, chat. Thank you all for joining in with me tonight. I had great fun with this. This was a fun project. I'm sure sorry that I hadn't thought of this earlier. We also threw on pierogies taco season on a Tuesday. Pierogies way in the future. If you're curious about what's going on in stream, what's coming up, there is a Google Calendar link down below on the Twitch about me. Otherwise, there should be links to the Discord where you can find out. I have all my events listed for the next couple of weeks. You can get your alerts there. Doing some fun projects. Going to be doing some fried guacamole here soon. But we've got taco soup here for Tuesday. So that's going to be what's next up here. We got the ingredient challenge for Wednesday that's in the Discord. You get to choose what one's going to win that one. It's between lemongrass and what was the other one? What is it this week? It's between sour gummy bears and lemongrass. And sour gummy bears have got the early lead. So either one of those are interesting ones to have to do dinner and dessert with. Like, sour gummy bears for dessert, no problem. For dinner? So yeah, that's coming up. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Risk of repeating myself. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this project. Hope to see you back here on Tuesday. Hope you all have a lovely night, a lovely start to your week. Good night.